T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Well, a very good evening and welcome to each and every one of you for this week's very cold episode of
Your Manchester. But yes, we are in a windy Manchester right now, but it's great to be out and about and actually see people. And here we are just outside the wonderful Central Library, which, as it says, we are open.
We are
Brilliant.
open. We've got a marvellous show lined up for you today. We really have. What's on the show today, please, Shel?
You know what? We have got the fabulous Terri Fox, who I believe has got amazing legs. I mean, better than us.
They are good. They are very, very good legs. And one amazing look in general. And a fine collection of fur, I must just say, as well.
Oh, not only have we got that, though, we have got somebody who is hot in the West End, but is from right here in Manchester.
Oh, really? Who?
Katy Lipson. She is an amazing producer and she's going to be talking to us live about one of her latest shows.
Marvellous. Also today we have got the one and only Hayley Cartwright telling us what's good on the box.
I hope she's going to be talking about Line of Duty.
I mean, you can't not, can you? I mean,
H.
did you watch it?
Did I? I'm not going to give it away just in case
Don't
people
give it
haven't seen it,
away.
but it's not worth watching that last episode.
But it was a H in a roundabout way, wasn't it? Because if you are a fan of Steps, then you'll know what H's real name is, and that's how you can figure it out. Oh, yes! It took me all week to think of that, to be honest with you, Michelle. Honestly, all week to think of that. So, yeah, that makes sense. Did you watch it? It was a bit disappointing, though, wasn't it?
Oh, I've got his step songs in my head now. 5, 6, 7, 8.
In fact, the last episode of their series was quite a tragedy.
One for sorrow.
Yes.
Any too bad. It was shit.
There we go. So we've also talked. You just swore
I
on
swore!
television, live and everything. We're also talking to Mr. Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd's on the programme telling us
Please let us say that the weather's going to be better.
probably sunny and cloudy, knowing him, and that'll be all coming your way as well. So stick around. You're in for a marvellous episode tonight, only on Your Manchester. Right, we better rush back to the studio. Go on, run. I'll go that way. So here we are, everybody. How are we all doing? And we ran back then, didn't we?
We certainly ran really, really quick. It was freezing. Oh my
Very
goodness.
quick. That's an interesting shot. I don't think that's the right one.
Hey.
There we go.
Was that our secret guest?
That was our secret guest. She's actually, see if we can cut to her now. She's in the green room at the moment as we speak. Terri Fox, hello, my darling. There she is, looking stunning, having a little drink of non-alcoholic beverage here in the Your Manchester green room.
Oh yeah.
Looking absolutely fantastic. She'll be joining us in a little while's time to talk about, well, everything fabulous.
Oh, absolutely. I've got to say, we said we'd check out Terry's legs later. We are definitely going to do that.
They are amazing. I swear she got them 2 for 1 with Heather Mills McCartney. I really did, honestly. We have got an absolute sensation of a show today. Now, we are gradually, I feel, getting to normality.
Oh yeah, do you know, I love it. Every day I feel like, well, that's back down and we can do that. We're seeing more people. I love people. We love people.
We love people. And do you know what we can't wait for?
What?
The theatre!
Oh.
The theatre. And of course, there's different ways that people are doing the theatre these days,
Well,
isn't
there
there?
has been. There's been lots of streaming in lockdown, which has been brilliant, so we've had a bit of a taste of it. But one of the really groundbreaking ones was last year. It was one of like the first productions that actually took place kind of outside. Now, that was in London. It's on its way to Manchester, and we've got the producer who's behind that now. Award-winning producer, no less, Katy Lipson from Aria Entertainment. Katy!
Hello, Katy! Oh, look at you in your glamorous lifestyle and everything. Theatre producer, entrepreneur and everything and all sorts, rather famous around the world.
I know. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah, it's getting really busy now because of things opening up, but I'm doing all right. Being busy.
Yeah. Well, you know, we talked then about kind of how theatre had been affected during lockdown, and it was very, very difficult for that industry. But you kind of flipped it up a bit, haven't you? You haven't really stopped. You've been looking at totally different ways to bring theatre to life.
Yeah, well, you have to adapt your whole business plan. We started by trying to find productions that we could digitally sort of stream and develop. Then we were looking at ways to bring shows back that closed, like the last 5 years. And then we found this show called Contact, which was this outdoor promenade, immersive soundscape experience, which was with small groups of people, COVID safe, you wore masks, socially distant, and you follow two actors sort of through the streets of whatever location you're on. So, now things are opening up. We've managed to bring a couple of shows to the West End. We're opening a show in 2 weeks on the 18th of May at the Duchess Theatre called Cruise, and we're bringing our off-West End production of the last 5 years to the West End in September. So it's busier than ever, and sometimes opportunities come when you least expect them. Yeah.
At the moment, as a producer, I'm sure you'll take this on your absolute back and take this with pride. You've got more shows going on than Andrew Lloyd Webber at the moment.
Well, he's got Cinderella opening.
It's not open yet, though. Not like your lovely show's going around everywhere, is it? Eh?
And you mentioned Cruise opening on the 18th of May. You've got a bit of a dilemma, Katy, because on that same night, the Contact, what you have just been talking about, Contact show, is opening here in good old Manchester. Where are you going to be, Katy? You've got 2 shows on the go.
I know. Well, you can't be in 2 places at once, obviously, which is why you have great co-producers and great partners. And I have a great partner on Contact called Matilda Milan. We produced the show together in London last September, and now we're bringing it up north to the Lowry from May the 18th. So I will be coming up to Manchester the week after we open and seeing the show there. 2 of the cast members we already know because they played in London, and they actually have accommodation in Manchester, so they've come up to do the performance. And I'll be meeting the 2 new cast members. That's really exciting.
Uh-huh.
Talking about this Contact, we should have a look at a little VT.
Oh yeah, we've got a great little tease for everybody out there, so just take a look at this.
I think it was amazing, absolutely amazing.
Found it very emotional. I actually cried.
It was like nothing I've ever seen before. It was amazing. Yeah, I loved it.
Bizarre and great and unique.
I thought it was a really interesting concept.
I think it touches on a lot of themes that are kind of relevant to now.
It's like a complete emotional journey.
But at the same time, you're embedded in this environment.
And being outside is just really special.
Especially during this pandemic when we have to be outside.
The 3D sound.
You get the sound from one ear to
Everywhere,
the other ear.
Made you feel so kind of immersed.
Yeah,
in
like
it,
right
all-
inside it. I've not been to theatre for a long, long time, but this is still unlike anything I've ever done before theatrically.
All I can say is I would definitely book if I were you.
I would really recommend everyone to come and see it.
100% recommend it.
It was great.
I've never seen anything like it before.
It's fantastic.
Support theatre, great acting. What else do you need?
I mean, this is literally really exciting. I mean, what are people to expect when they come to this particular performance?
Well, you're going to expect something that's different to what you've done before. It's like being in the cinema. You've got complete surround sound and you're using your phone and an app to sort of begin the experience. You can share the experience with your friends and family, but you can also come to this experience on your own. You're going to get really inside the actor's minds. They're not saying the lines out loud. You're hearing them inside your head, so you're hearing their subconscious. Wow. You're walking through the streets of Media City or around there, so you're in the outdoors, so you've got all the weather elements, whether it's raining, dry, sunset, sunrise, whatever. At the end of the day, it feels different every time you go. And if you're in a group of 5 or you're in a group of 15, you're the spectator, but actually people are also watching you. So it's very traditional, though. It is unique, but you're still seeing a traditional theatre experience. You're going through 45 minutes of drama. You're seeing this character develop. You're seeing what needs to change in her, and you're emotionally connected with her. And it's quite cathartic. And it's all about contact, which we've all had a lack of for so long.
I know. Do you know what? I love Promenade Productions, and I just get a real buzz out of following the action and you know, getting close to it and that intimacy. But I do think this takes it to another level, having, you know, the hearing inside, and because there's no speaking at all. The actors don't actually speak, do they? It's all through your earphones that you take along, which is ingenious.
So you download an app, and then you turn up at the location that you've booked, you plug in your speakers, you tell the stage manager you're ready. When they press go, the whole audience have a synced experience. And it's also multilingual. So we're on now in Sweden, we've been on in France, we've been on in Italy, and you can access some of those languages when you are in Manchester. So if you want to practice your French GCSE, you can listen to it in French. So it's almost like those sort of open top bus tours where you can get every language. So that connects us all. It's also a cinematic score, so the whole thing's underscored. There's sound effects, there's rain, there's lots of sort of meditation type music, there's an underscore the whole time. So you feel like you're in your own movie as you walk across. And whilst they don't speak out loud, you hear everything emotional in your ears. You're inside Sarah, the lead protagonist, the female character. You're in her head. You're hearing everything as she's walking down the street, from the chewing gum on the pavement to the bird in the tree to what she hears, the sort of sound of a bird or the rustling of the leaves. And it's just the most glorious sort of 45 minutes. And as you say, Michelle...
Sorry, I was going to say, and I suppose if you're immersed in your own experience there, it's your own unique experience. You're not having to... And for me, the favourite thing about this is you're not hearing crisp packets and sweet wrappers being constantly jangled all night long.
That's what you do at the theatre.
I don't touch any crisp or any
Look at this hair. If you ever get in front of behind Belinda, should say, you haven't got a chance of seeing a production.
I got told off once. I nearly got thrown out of the theatre once for wearing too big hair.
Katy, what I love about you as a producer is you always seem to choose something that isn't the obvious, you know? And, you know, you've done May. Rags, you know, and the last 5 years, all of these are fantastic, but I think you thrive on taking risks and bringing that stuff to the people. Keep doing it, Katy. You know, is that what you look for, though? That something that's a little bit different, that catches your imagination?
Absolutely. Every show out of the sort of 65, 70 productions we've done in the last 8 years have been world premieres, European premieres, UK premieres, or even like May, a revival, the first in 50 years. And obviously what I was doing in Manchester at Hope Mill was very different, with sort of taking big shows and making them boutique and making the audience have this amazing sort of fringe experience. But when, you know, the larger scale stuff has been reimagined as well, or The Addams Family, which is coming, well, you know, hopefully back this year and next, is also was a UK premiere. With Contact, you know, it was so unique. We only really get excited about doing something unique and having our creative input into it. So hopefully over the next few years you'll see me producing lots of world premieres, lots of musicals that we've grown, commissioned, developed, lots of writers we're taking risks on, so that we can really hopefully pioneer the next generation of shows and theatre makers.
Well, very, very quickly, you have got a show that's going to the West End, almost certainly is in the West End. That's Cruise, isn't it?
On the 18th of May. Do you know what? This looks fantastic.
Should we have a look at the trailer?
Yes.
Let's have a look at this.
You want a big night? I'll give you a big night. Tonight I'm going solo on a tour of my old haunts, saying my goodbyes to friends, foes, strangers, lovers, mothers and brothers, fond farewells and good riddances, all geared towards this one night, my last night on earth. Soho, a grid of streets, 1 square mile of grotty, glorious freedom. Let's do it. Let's go out with a bang. Why not?
Oh, that's giving me goosebumps.
I mean, I'm going to be bold here, and I'm hoping that you kind of answer but don't answer. He says it's his last day on Earth. What is he referring to? Or can't you say?
Yeah, No, absolutely. This is a show that is an homage to 1980s Soho, and this is a show about the AIDS epidemic. And this is, this character Michael. You're following his journey, both as someone that has HIV and someone that wonders whether they're going to make it through the 4-year sort of prognosis that a lot of men had in that time. But it all centres around Jack Holden, who's our performer and writer, who volunteered for the LGBT Switchboard in his 20s and had an experience and heard a lot of these stories. And he's turned this into this show, and it's a real love letter to that time, using a 1980s soundtrack, original music. He plays every role. The footage you've just shown, that's a film. So we produced a film version immersively in this site-specific venue in East London with all these different tunnels, because you can see he's in all different rooms. And now we're bringing it to a West End proscenium. This was before It's a Sin even came out. We just, he wrote this piece, and obviously It's a Sin was hugely welcomed and loved. And now we're going to celebrate this traditional piece of theatre that's like I say traditional, it's in a theatre, but it's very much not traditional in the sense it's like a gig. We're so excited to share this with the world, actually.
Oh, can you bring it to Manchester, Katy?
Yes, please.
Well, that's the dream. We'll establish it hopefully in the West End, and which is a great opportunity to just open a brand new play. But Jack's a real tour de force, he's a real talent. And then it becomes hopefully a little bit of a hit, and we can do our UK tour, and we can come back to London, and who knows where else.
Katy, just before we finish, what's the ultimate dream for you as a producer and fantastic theatre person?
Continue what I'm doing, but to do more things like cruise. Like everything I do, I want to be a world premiere, and I want to home grow shows. So now I'm commissioning and developing several new titles, and I hope to bring them to the patient stage and really have shows that, run and run and run, because ultimately what that does is gives you the financial success to continue investing in writing and new shows. And I just want to do that more and more, rather than just produce shows that are already created, which I had to do to build a portfolio.
You are one of these rare producers that invests in creativity rather than just getting a show on the stage to make sure there's bums on seats, and it's quite a novel idea these days to say that.
You are amazing. I could talk to you all the episode. We need to have you back, Katy. Please come back and chat to us more. There's so much ground we've got to cover. We haven't even gone in to some of the productions that you've done and the awards that you've got. So, yes, please come back. But for the time being, everybody, if you want to see a great show, Contact sounds bloody brilliant.
I'm really in for that
it is on 18th of May. It's in conjunction with the Lowry, and you can get your tickets. Get your slice of theatre, and if it's cold, put a coat on.
And what's great is theatre doesn't have to be in a theatre these days, does it?
No, does it?
That's what's great from this pandemic. We've learned a new way to immerse ourselves in entertainment.
Love it.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Katy Lipson. Thank you. All right then, still to come, we are going to be talking to Terri Fox, who's over in the green. Let's just check she's all right. Let's have a listen in. You all right there, Terri, love?
She's still drinking.
Oh, she drinks. She's got her own pub and everything,
What Terry's going to be like when she comes in here.
She moved to Oldham and they said, we already are. Now, listen, we are going to be bringing you now what we're bringing. Is it time to release VE Day? Of course, we can't let that pass this week, can we?
Oh, no, and we have got a little bit of a tribute here for you all.
And let us remember those who will not come back. Their constancy and courage in battle, their sacrifice and endurance in the face of a merciless enemy. Let us remember the men in all the services, and the women in all of the services who have laid down their lives. We have come to the end of our tribulation, and they are not with us at the moment of our rejoicing.
The war had been a total war. It had affected everyone, and no one was immune from its impact.
It started on the Sunday night, and the next day was Christmas Eve, that's right. And it didn't go on till Christmas Day, but it was Sunday night, and we were going to a band concert. You know, the big bands used to have concerts on Sunday, and we went into the Apollo, and as we went in, they'd already dropped the flares in Manchester. It wasn't on fire, but as the night went on, they said that the raid was the sirens had gone. We knew that you could hear a bit of the bombing, not much. But when we came out, the whole of Manchester was ablaze. That was Christmas Eve, actually, 1940. Auntie Winnie, that's Granddad's sister, she was married to a chap called Jim Murphy, and his parents lived in Colliers, which is just outside Manchester centre of Manchester, Ancoats Way, you know. And the one son that was on national work, you know, he hadn't gone to, he was an air raid warden. You all had to do something, you know, if you're able-bodied. And he was an air raid warden, and he came to them and said, "You better go in, it's getting very bad, you know, going to shelter." There were communal shelters, you see. And the people next door were sat on the stairs, and they could hear them, you know, these terrace houses. And so they went in the shelter, and their house was completely, it vanished. It dropped a direct hit, and it was just one big hole. No, it's not glamorous war. All centre of Manchester was on fire, you know, completely burnt with incendiary bombs, really. And I worked just at the back of the Piccadilly. And I went to work that morning, and I was the wage clerk, and there was the man that used to, the caretaker, open the factory, lived in Whitefield, and he couldn't get through because of the bombing. Trains were bombed and buses and whatnot. So we had to go to the other factory in Cheetham Hill. So I walked to get the keys, you see, to open the factory up. And I walked with two of the bosses, and we walked, and everywhere was broken glass. The whole thing was shattered. And some girls who had been out all night because they couldn't get home came into work, the stupid things. Nobody had telephones and those things. And I spent the whole day trying to contact people to say the daughters were safe, you know. Because you never knew whether it was. But I thought it was daft of them to come into work.
The wartime generation knew that the best way to honour those who did not come back from the war was to ensure that it didn't happen again. The greatest tribute to their sacrifice is that countries who were once sworn enemies are now friends, working side by side for the peace, health and prosperity of us all. And when I look at our country today and see what we are willing to do to protect and support one another, I say with pride that we are still a nation those brave soldiers, sailors and airmen would recognise and admire.
There we go. I mean,
do you know what? It's just incredible, isn't it?
What our city's gone through.
Yeah. What Manchester is, and the people then, the whole kind of spirit that I think Manchester has throughout all the decades, and seeing their faces there, the people that aren't with us anymore, the people who went through that. Yeah. My great aunt Muriel, who is no longer with us, I remember she used to tell me stories about the war, and she had a friend she used to play with when she was about 8 or 9. And she lost her life in one of those bombs that attacked Manchester. And she always used to go and visit the grave, even up until when she was...
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I know, it's just...
You know, war, it's such a... Well, to me, it's always a pointless endeavour. It never made sense to me ever to have
we celebrate it and we remember.
That's what it is. Yeah. We must remember them, absolutely. And how you segue from that into our next item, I don't know, but we'll give it a whirl. We are obviously trying to get you all to go on your holidays, everybody. And if you are looking for somewhere to go, then look no further than the travel counsellors. Right then, there we go, everybody. So, trust the truck. We're having a right good chat. We've got our next guest in. I'll show you who it is in a minute, everybody.
You can tell who's in here. We've got Terri. We'll see Terri.
We've got Terri, yeah. We're having
But the travel counsellors, some great offers.
They have, yeah.
Out of the moment.
I'm just looking at a couple now, and we've got the.
We've got a few here.
We've got the set sail the Virgin Way, which is on the new Virgin boat. Do you call it a boat?
Why would you go to that one first?
Because I've been told to. And you can get 3 nights now with the travel counsellors for just £439 per person. That's a bargain, isn't it?
So is that on the cruises?
That's on the cruises.
Because the cruises are back on. I remember Gary saying that they were just setting off from places like Southampton and Liverpool just until they can get to the Med.
Yeah, and you can go with Princess Cruises as well from Southampton. Again, 3 nights for £489 per person.
And it is great if you just want a bit of a taster of a cruise, because I've been on a cruise before. You've been on a cruise?
I worked on one, yeah, I didn't enjoy it.
Oh, see, I loved it. I loved cruising.
No.
But if you just fancy checking it out, doing a 3-day one.
And there's loads to do on this one as well. There's, you know, all your food's there, your accommodation. There's a buffet like no other, it says. So you get 3 nights on board the Sky Princess or the Princess Cruises. You can get a balcony cabin for that price as well. And that departs Southampton on the 3rd of September of this year.
Marvellous.
So we'll be back in it, won't we? We'll be back fully in it.
Oh, God, yeah.
But if you are sticking around, I've just noticed that my sandwiches... If you are sticking around here in Manchester and its surrounding areas, then there is one place that you should fully go to. There is a brand lovely, gorgeous tavern, everybody. And here to tell us more about that and exactly what's coming your way in Oldham Pride, everybody, is the very legendary Miss Terri Fox. Hello, Terri.
Hello, my darling. You all right?
How are you? We've got glamour.
I know.
Glamour.
I know how to dress.
I've come straight from Aldi. There's nothing new.
We were just talking just before we literally came on. We've obviously got some pictures dotted around the room of Pat Phoenix. Now, you knew Pat Phoenix?
Pat was my friend. I met Pat when I was 13 or 14. And we were friends until the day she died. I remember Pat's funeral like it was yesterday. I used to have a whale of a time. I sit in Pat's little cottage and try all her wigs on and furs and everything. I used to have a ball. She was amazing.
And she was glamour.
And she was our equivalent of Elizabeth Taylor in television.
Absolutely.
Which is what you've managed to become now.
Well, yes. I am a bit Liz Taylorish out of her age.
I mean, you've got your own lovely tavern now, and I call it a tavern.
I do have a tavern. It is a tavern.
It is a tavern,
It is the George Tavern, 42 George Street, Oldham.
Well, there we go, plug in.
There you go. I like to get a good plug.
And what made you go on to get that then?
It was the fact of David and I, my husband and I, we had nightclubs and bars, 4 different nightclubs and bars across Spain and the Costa del Sol, and we moved back to the UK, and I kept threatening to do it. I kept saying, we'll open another bar, and I was on the road and I was touring again, and I am of a certain age where I was getting a little bit tired to be doing full summer seasons and backwards and forwards to London, and from London back to Wales, and from Wales back to Manchester. I was absolutely worn out. So I said, let's get a little pub and let's become Bet and Alec Gilroy.
What's he been like? Did you do the ringing of the bell?
I love the bell. Well, my friend Tom bought us a bell as our moving in present with the rope and everything, exactly the same as doing. And I love banging it, and I like shouting your bard and get out my pub. But we don't have anybody's bar though. I just shout it for no apparent reason. You come in, I'll buy you.
See, I've been doing that because in lockdown we had a summer house built, which was now turned into our own little bar. So I sit behind it and have my Peggy moment and go,
I love it.
Get out of my pub. It's brilliant, but to have an actual tavern, that's brilliant.
It's lovely, yeah, it's really nice.
Now, you've become an icon over the many, many years without digging at
an icon, it's because I'm old.
It's because you're fantastic and you are renowned for your wonderful show. But you're now taking it a step further because you're getting fully involved with Oldham Pride.
Yeah, we are.
And you're taking it to...
Well, unfortunately, Oldham Pride isn't what it was because of the restrictions.
Yeah.
We can't do any outside stages. The council won't let us have that. So this year, the majority of Oldham Pride on the Saturday will be inside the George Tavern. It's going to be... We've got 27 different acts appearing from the afternoon right through to 2, 3 in the morning.
That's nice.
Non-stop. Anybody else wants to appear, please message me. Free of charge. Your drinks are free if you come and do a little show. The drinks are free if you do a show. What time have you got
available?
We've got many time slots, my Dan. I think you should actually pop in and just throw a number on.
Oh, we could do Gaga, couldn't we?
What?
Well, she is Gaga. She's always been Gaga.
What was I having?
Anyway, so...
And then on the Friday, because we needed to branch out and do something else to raise money for our Oldham Pride, we have a theatre at the... we have a theatre show, at the Oldham Coliseum on Friday.
I bet you're looking forward to that, aren't you?
I can't wait. I really, really can't wait. I'm so excited about it because it's the first time they've done this. And we've got great acts on it, and icons of the gay community are appearing on it. And I've got people appearing, which I thought was very important to do, that were big, prolific names within the gay village in Manchester. I wanted people like Miss Felicia DePaul is on it, and I wanted Felicia to be bigly featured because at the end of the day, everyone knows who she is, and I wanted people like that on it.
Well, she's a legend.
Well, she is a legend. Well, she's my drag daughter, so at the end of the day...
She was somebody that I didn't know too much about until I went to Gran Canaria, and then you see her show and you can't help but go...
Well, you probably saw an awful lot of her in Gran Canaria, love. People did.
Yes. It's true, but we'll not talk about the Dunes. So,
It sounds fantastic, but when
it's
is
going to be
Oldham
amazing.
Pride then?
Oldham Pride is the Friday and Saturday, and the date now has gone right out my head because I should have a cue card to actually tell me, and I've not got it. And it is it's July the...
Well, do some Googling.
No, oh God, that's ridiculous to go on something live. I forget.
Tell you.
We're on it.
We'll get the dates and we'll let everybody know.
Whilst we're talking about that, I mean, you've mentioned lots of legends this evening. Fufu Lamar helped you start.
Well, Fufu Lamar started my career. It was because Frank was married to my dad's brother.
Yeah.
So Frank was my Uncle Frank, and Frank went to school with my dad, and they lived in Bradford, which is an area of Manchester that doesn't exist anymore, where the Etihad Stadium is. And Frank started my career. I won a talent competition at 16, and I toured with a show with another famous female impersonator from Manchester called Bunny Lewis. And when that show finished, I didn't own any costumes, I had nothing. And I went to Frank and I said, I want to continue doing this. And he gave me 4 bin bags of drag, and he said, get out the door and get it done. And that was it, and that's how I started. And Frank sort of coached me and taught me, and I was very lucky and privileged when Frank had his cancer and he was really, really poorly. I actually filled in. I was the only female impersonator to take the club over and become Fufu for
how does that feel,
6-7 months. It was frightening.
Yeah.
It was absolutely petrifyingly
We should explain, this is a bar that had nobody else other than Fufu.
No other female impersonators were allowed in.
That's the name,
That was it. And it was petrifying to actually stand on that stage and think this whole room of about 400 people are looking at me wanting Fufu.
Yeah, but a real honour.
Are they going to chuck a can at me or something? And luckily, I did it for 6 months.
Yeah,
and it was,
but for him to kind of...
I was very honoured.
I'm believing you enough to give you that.
Yeah,
I mean, that's amazing.
Well, it was mentored me, so.
So how's lockdown been for you?
It's been okay, to be honest, truthful, because I'm not a sociable person. I don't, I go out to work, I go and do shows. I'm not one of these people that goes out and thinks, I'll go for a walk. I don't see the point unless it's around Selfridges. I don't. So at the end of the day, it's not bothered me being locked in. I've had my cookery show that I do.
I was going to say, that's gone down a storm,
we do a live cookery show. We do 6 at a time, 3 times a year.
I've not been introduced to this, because I do like a bit of cooking now.
I do Nana's Kitchen, I cook and
it's
I bake.
It's not your kind of cooking, there's nothing wonderfully healthy and non-sugarless in
No, we don't do any of that. Actually, I've just done a diet section. I've just done a sugarless and dietless section.
We don't tune in to watch that.
Because, I don't really want that. Yeah, we want fattening things,
yes,
don't we?
What's it called? Nana's Kitchen?
It's called Nana's Kitchen. They're available on YouTube under the Terri Fox channel, and I film 6 episodes 4 times a year.
They are good.
Yeah. And the food because we were talking earlier in the green room, you were on Come Down With Me 2 years ago before lockdown. Is that what made you want to do it then? Was it the love of
No,
cooking?
I was doing the cookery show before Come Down With Me.
No, that's what I mean. Was it because of the cookery show you felt like you wanted to do it?
No, it was cheap exposure. Let's bastify it. It was cheap exposure at the end of the day. I'm still dining out off it now. It's just aired in Canada and Australia, and we're getting fan mail from Australia and Canada at the moment, which I think is so camp.
That is camp.
It's fabulously camp. It really is.
And
people actually email me going, "Dear Nana," and I'm thinking, "Oh my God, people calling me Nana from Canada."
Are you still doing your shows though?
I am. I'm going back on the road as soon as lockdown's over. My first show opens in Liverpool in July.
Gosh.
Yeah.
So.
And what does your show entail? I haven't seen it before.
Well, it's I'm taking the Ladies of Legend. I'm reviving the Ladies of Legend show, where I do 7 or 8 different ladies with live impersonations plus live stand-up as well, which is very blue.
Which is your favourite one to impersonate?
Is Dusty Springfield. because Dusty was my friend. So I can only impersonate people I've either met or I really admire. I can't actually just do somebody because I think, oh, it's in vogue, I'll do that.
Yeah.
It's got to have...
I don't know.
Yeah, it's got to have a meaning to me.
There's definitely a book in Terri. You must have so much.
I am writing a book at the moment.
And when is that going to be out? Because I'm sure you've been asked every single year.
Well, I'm asked every week about this because I've been writing this book now for about 10 years. And we've gone to about 4 publishing houses and we've been knocked back because I'm naming names and naming places. Which is a bit naughty. I can't stand autobiographies that are so weak,
ambiguous,
and watered down.
Yeah.
Tell the truth, you know.
Yeah.
If you're going to do it, tell the truth. So I'm going to tell the truth of all the men, the places, everything, what went on, what didn't go on.
This has to be published.
So we need a publisher, don't we?
Yeah, have you got
We
a
need a
title?
publisher that's interested. Yes, High Heels and Low Life.
Genius.
I can see that working. So once again, the Oldham Pride is when did we find out? 19th to the 25th of July.
That's right.
You were very close.
I was. So the Friday night of Pride, we are at Oldham Coliseum with the theatre show. Tickets are available online at the £10. At the moment, we're doing limited tickets because we're still under restricted seating. As soon as the restrictions stop, all the other seats will be released. And the after party will be at the George Tavern, 42 George Street, Oldham. And then on the Saturday of the main Oldham Pride, the whole thing will be at the George Tavern.
Love it.
And I'm going to have to fully check my diary because I want to be part of this.
Well, I think you're going to have to sneak out somewhere.
Well, Oldham's only up the road from me, love.
It's not when you have to cycle everywhere.
Where are you, love?
Middleton.
Oh, Middleton. Oh, she's a bit rough, isn't she? Put your handbag under the table.
I never
I'm
bring
from the
it in.
village part of Middleton.
There's no village part of Middleton.
But no, that's it. We are on. We're going to go.
Yeah.
And you can stay at mine because you can stay there. You can stay at ours.
We've not had a sleepover for ages.
Absolutely.
I only take my wigs just so I can get them restyled.
Jammies and nightmares.
Jammies and nightmares and and our facials.
Absolutely.
Yeah, lovely. Well, thank you so much for coming in
You're
today.
welcome. Thank you for asking me, love. I've enjoyed it.
Please come back again.
I will do anytime you want.
Well, I'll hold you to that now. In which case, though, don't forget, everybody, here at Your Manchester, we have got a load of patrons that are fully supportive of our lovely show, and this are them.
Hello there, me and Dolly Parton just sat off.
Hello there. Just out walking my dogs.
And I just want to say how thrilled I am because there's a show called Your Manchester and it's hosted by the wonderful Belinda and Michelle, and I've been involved with it a few times over the years, and it talks all things Manchester, current affairs. It is a brilliant show.
It's all about the wonderful, the genuine, the beautiful, the talented people of Greater Manchester.
And a show that has become very much part of the fabric of Manchester, made for you. It's dealt with some really important issues over the years.
From thought-provoking to heartbreaking, from bizarre to hilarious. I've had the pleasure and the privilege to be invited as a guest many times, and I love and support Manchester's #1 online magazine show.
And it talks all things Manchester, current affairs. It's brilliant. I've been involved in it over the years a few times, and I love it. I love being on the show.
And I'm very pleased to announce that I have been asked to become a patron for Your Manchester.
And they've asked me to be a patron, and I am absolutely thrilled and delighted.
I'm really excited and honoured to announce that I've been asked to be a patron of Your Manchester. And obviously, as I suffer from FOMO, without any hesitation, I accepted.
Oh, it's good, isn't it? So many lovely patrons, and we've got some special announcements to make over the course of the next few weeks featuring our patrons, and something that, let's just say 98 of you have been waiting for.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm still gutted that we can't get involved in that.
I know, it's good, isn't it? But we should say, though, 98 people have been waiting for something special. We've been inundated with people entering our competition this week, everybody, this month, I should say.
Fabulous, the prize.
And that is, of course, for a one-night stay at Ruthin Castle. Did I say it right? Ripon Castle, and of course you get a meal, 3-course meal for 2 as well. So it's very exciting. We are now able to announce that the winner of the competition is... So there we are. Michael Cooper, everybody, has won himself a night at Ripon Castle and, of course, a meal as well. So that's exciting, isn't it?
That's brilliant. Michael, if you are watching, I hope you're jumping up and down because it is fantastic. I have passed Ripon Castle. It just absolutely, it looks stunning. I've not been lucky enough to stay there, but it is just amazing. So enjoy every minute of it, and thank you for entering. And thanks to everyone who's entered and watches the show. But talking about shows and on the box, we've been joined by our lovely Hayley.
Indeed we have, and it's now time to go on the box.
Hi, I'm Hayley and welcome to this week's On The Box. How's everyone doing? Now, the first show I intend on watching is a documentary called Saved by a Stranger. It's on BBC Two and iPlayer, and it's presented by Anita Rani, and it follows the personal stories of ordinary people caught up in the biggest events in living memory. There is also Black Bear on Netflix. A filmmaker heads to a remote lakeside log cabin to direct and star in a latest production. But the lines soon blur between reality and fiction. Also, as we all know, the new series of Call the Midwife is out. The first 3 episodes are now on iPlayer. And this show, I have to be honest, is my absolute guilty pleasure. Filming was delayed due to the pandemic, and because of this, we get 7 episodes this series instead of 8.
Everybody say baby! Baby!
Nanata's house is going private. We need the money.
It isn't just me who wants answers. The baby's parents will want them too.
I may be verging on decrepitude, but I am not yet dead.
When a woman is at her most fragile, that's when she finds her strength.
From the minute I set eyes on you, there was no past anymore. There was only the now.
A brand new series of Call the Midwife on BBC One and iPlayer.
And all 5 series of Luther are available on iPlayer as well. And if you feel like you want to revisit this, do, because it's a really gritty drama. Now, that's it from me for this week. Look after yourselves and remember, stronger together. Bye.
Hey, I mean, how fantastic, but we can't let you go without talking about Line of Duty.
Oh gosh, that is so popular, isn't it? But some people weren't happy about the ending, were they?
It's been, well, we're not...
I haven't seen it yet, I've got to be honest.
We're not going to give anything away, but I think it was a bit... Have you not seen it?
I wasn't happy.
I wasn't happy, to be fair.
I actually, you know, all day I was building up to it, and I was like, oh, is that it?
Yeah, I know.
Come on, Jed.
It was very disappointing, but somebody has let it out already that there is going to be a 7th series. That's definitely going to happen. Where do they go now, though?
I know. Well, they're all getting AC12 tattoos, apparently, because they said if they got over 12 million viewers ever for an episode, and they got 12.3 million on Sunday night, that they would all go, the cast, you know, the main ones, and get an AC12 tattoo. I don't know where they're having it.
What, the tattoo?
Yeah,
It'd be like the Lord of the Rings cast.
Find out where Martin Constance having his
Maybe
tattoo.
pop a tweet out and ask.
Proper tweet out.
I would have Steve Arnott, you know.
Yeah, Steve Arnott. I like the way that he's Scottish and then he goes English. It's called
brilliant.
acting. I think it's called acting.
Genius. It is called acting. Hayley knows about acting. We know about acting, but that's why we're here and not on telly.
Yeah. This is our line of duty, isn't it? I think
it's like a prison sentence.
Yeah, I was going to say in some circles they call it community service.
Should we get tattoos?
I'd go on a dare you. We should get the logo on.
Oh, we should.
I'll do it if our director does it.
Yes.
Yeah?
Jonathan.
Director, anything you'd like to add? Are you going to get a tattoo? No, you don't. No, I'm not.
It's boring.
No, I'm not. Absolutely not. No.
We'll persuade
You'd get
him.
one though, wouldn't you?
Do you know what? I've been thinking about it for a while. I don't have any.
There we go.
Thinking about it.
It's Manchester. It's
If we get 12.3 million hits on YouTube, I'm having it.
Don't set people challenges like that, because things like that tend to happen.
I will do it.
We really
I
do.
will.
Hey,
I will do it.
Anything else that we should be watching out for on the box?
Oh gosh, actually, yeah, Coronation Street coming up. It's going to be a storyline which is based on Sophie Lancaster. Do you remember Sophie Lancaster? And I believe it's tonight. Actually, it starts tonight. Well, it's building up tonight,
Right.
and I don't know if it's this episode or later episodes, but this storyline has been written by Ian Kershaw as well, who of course is married to Julie Hesenholz and who is very closely connected with the Sophie Lancaster Foundation. So I would definitely say give that a watch without
Gosh,
doubt.
that's going to be powerful, that, isn't it?
It's really going to be powerful. I'll be catching up tomorrow on that.
The soaps have got a bit too powerful. Do you think we need to? We were talking before about the Elsie Tanner storylines and the Ina Sharples and all. Do you think we need to get back to that?
Do you know what? I absolutely love it. I think one of the things that Corrie does well is it goes from really serious to something ridiculously and funny, doesn't it? And it's always done that. But it's funny because obviously back in the day the scenes were longer, weren't they? Like
Yes,
the Hilda
they were.
scenes were much longer and you got more comedy out there. Now they're very short. So it's a totally different ball game now.
Percy, love, remember?
Bring back Percy.
Oh, no, Phyllis!
Oh, Phyllis.
Nice cup of tea,
Well, we did a lovely feature on Phyllis a few weeks back, and
was
on the
classic.
19th we are going to be talking all about Liz Dawn with our Corrie aficionado. So
brilliant.
that's coming our way on the 19th. I mean, we're going to get the goss on there, 'cause she was fantastic as well.
Some amazing people have gone through Coronation
Can you do a
Street
Mavis
classics.
thing though?
Mavis.
I
don't really know.
Do you know she never said that? It was Les Dennis that said that.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah. And she dropped it in once in one episode. Mark Lola will be on the phone, and she dropped it in once in one of the episodes in the
You learn something new when you're in
I know,
Manchester.
isn't it? One thing that we are focusing on, though, thank you very much, by the way,
You're
sweetheart.
welcome.
You look lovely in that top, by the way.
Thanks.
Yeah. One thing that we must focus on is this wonderful production coming to us very, very soon. This is Drive Inside.
Tonight, really. Chat.
I've not seen anybody for a whole week. Honestly, it's been a strange
You know what?
week.
You can chat after the show.
Chat after the show.
Concentrate on the show. I was bopping around though. I really like that.
I know it's good music, innit?
Because it was like, really going. And of course, we had Lady Bushra a couple of weeks ago talking about that very own show. It looks absolutely delightful. As does our weatherman this evening, Paul Root.
Oh, there we go. We're coming back to us. Right, go on. You set it up, Mr. Director. You go for it. We can speak for English. It's not a problem. Let's cut over to the weather studio.
Yes.
Paul Rudd, are you there, please?
Are you there, Paul?
I am here.
Dave.
Hi, Shel and Bel. Hello, my lovely weather watchers, and welcome to this week's weather forecast with me, Paul Rudd. Now, bank holiday was a bit of a washout. And that wind, it's been so terrible, it's been blowing me about all over the place and not in a good way, I tell you. I tell you. So is it going to be a good week? It's not. So let's look at the details. All right, Saturday is going to be...
No, let's go with Thursday. There we go!
It's going to be all kinds of weather.
It really is. Thursday is going to be sunny, cloudy with rain.
Yes. Go on, you carry on, we'll follow you.
Saturday is going to be rainy.
Oh, it's
and
raining.
also Sunday is going to be rainy. It's not looking good for the weekend, guys.
Oh dear.
But you need to wrap up well and get your umbrellas out as well.
But Paul did tell me the saving grace is Friday. Friday's going to be nice?
Friday's going to be nice, yeah, Friday, so you'll be able to sit in your gardens and you'll be able to go to the village and have a really good time because, you know what, I can't wait to get down to the village, actually.
Well, we've been waiting all week just to get 10 minutes outside, haven't we?
We certainly have, absolutely. But Friday is the time to do that, and Saturday get your brollies out. 'Cause it's
And-
good old Manchester weather.
And I've been shopping as well. Do you like my new suit?
It's gorgeous. You look very nice.
It's a really nice combination there. I like that.
Yeah, very, very good.
Really, really good.
All right, well, so that's what they say then. That's the weather. Here we go then, everyone. We are literally living the dream today.
I love it. Do you know what? This is the beauty of doing a live show. You never know what's going to happen. Do you know, it's way more exciting than stuck in lockdown for the past year.
I love best hearing the director.
Do you know what? I think he's going to be driven to vodka tonight.
Driven to vodka, yes. Now
Aren't we
remember,
all every other
if
night?
you are drink driving, make sure you've got a car. Now then, everybody, next week we've got another sensation. Did you like that?
Yeah.
Next week we've got another sensational show
3
lined up.
years of Belinda on this show.
I like it. What are you on your phone for? We have got a marvellous show lined up for you next week, everybody. It's going to be absolutely fantastic, so make sure you tune in.
I'm back.
You're back as well, are you?
I'm back.
What have we got on then?
Got
Do you
2
know?
weeks running.
Do you know what we've got?
We have
Yes.
got a fantastic company. These are 2 ladies. One of them has survived breast cancer and she's now set up an amazing lingerie company called The Scarlet. So she's going to be revealing, well, hopefully not revealing all with the skimpy lingerie, but it does look fabulous.
I mean, I can model them. I look great in a thong. I really do, honestly.
We don't have nightmares.
No, actually,
do tune in though, it is going to be absolutely fabulous. Who else have we got on?
We've just got loads on.
You just don't know. That's why I'm here.
Hold on. I can do this.
Look,
Hold on.
please join us and keep watching the show. We love you all. And please don't. Are you trying to find a guest?
Yes, I'm trying to find who we've got on next
You're
week.
just trying to get one over on me, aren't you?
I'm not. I will tell you who we've got on if my...
Our director is saying, wrap it up.
Here we go. Next week, everybody. Next week.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay, here we go.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Next week, we've got that lingerie wonderful person that you mentioned.
The Scarlet.
Yes. We've got Lady Bushra. We're talking Waterside Arts and Sale. And we're also talking to a fabulous one of 6. That's your clue. All the way called Natalie Pilkington. She's going to be joining us as well.
Oh, I thought it was going to be the Osmonds.
Oh, the
Is it not
Waltons.
6 in the Osmond? Oh, good night, John Boy.
Good night,
Marielle.
John
Good night,
Boy.
Manchester. Oh, Leon.
Yeah.